Hello everybody, this is Pocket Zombie and welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Pocket video. We'll be looking at a new deck this week coming out of the Mythical Island set. This deck is probably the strongest deck to come from the set, if not on equal footing with the Gyarados EX deck that spawned out of this new set, and that is going to be Celebi EX. Now, Celebi EX for a measly 2 energies with its attack Powerful Bloom. It does 50 damage as long as you hit a heads, and you get to flip a heads for as many energy as you have attached to Celebi, and it does 50 for every heads. So for just the base 2 energy, you get to flip 2 coins. If both of them hit heads, you do 100 damage. Simple as that. Another very coin flip based mechanic in this game. Pocket seems to lend itself more towards coin flips, harder than the main TCG does, but it does lead to some wild and fast swinging games either way. So how are we going to make the Celebi a little bit stronger? Now this deck, for those of you who have been playing the game, for those of you who have done the challenges that came out with Mythical Island, you're going to know this strategy. We're going to pair Celebi EX with the new Serperior card with Stability Jungle Totem. For each grass energy attached to your grass type Pokemon, it provides 2 grass energy. This effect doesn't stack. So if we have 1 energy attached to Celebi, we can already attack with Celebi because it counts as 2. But the more energies we attach, the more coin flips we can get. And every time you attach a singular energy to Celebi, you're gaining 2 energy every time. So 1 energy gets you 2, 2 energy gets you 4. It stacks really quickly, so you have more chances to do more damage with Celebi. So that's the main idea of this deck. Now, this version that I'm running, I like to run a Dhelmise in my Celebi deck, and that's because Dhelmise has, for single energy, it does only 20 damage with Energy Whip, but if you have at least 3 extra grass energy attached, this stack does 70 more damage. So if you have a Dhelmise and a Serperior out on the field and attach just 2 energies to Dhelmise, it counts as the 3 extra because you're getting 2 from each energy, and your Dhelmise does 90 damage with just that attack. So it's a nice little small basic attacker that only gives up 1 prize card. So that's why I like to run just a singular Dhelmise in here. It's just 1, right? Yep, only 1 Dhelmise. Some versions of this deck like to run just the 1/1/1 line for Snivy, Servine Serperior, and then they run a Venusaur line instead of the second Serperior line. I prefer to run 2 Serperiors just to make sure that I'm getting that evolution out as quick as I can. So, as we can see, 2 Snivy, 2 Servine, a Dhelmise, 2 Serperior, 2 Celebi EX, Singular Potion, 1 X Speed, 2 Pokeballs, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Erikas, 2 Sabrinas, and 1 Leaf. Now, I'm running 1 X Speed and 1 Leaf because there are Pokemon like Celebi, like Servine, and Snivy, where they only have a single energy retreat cost, so I don't have to use my supporter for the turn on Leaf to get them out of the active spot to try and keep them safe. So I'm running 1 of each because the Leaf does help with like the Dhelmise and the Serperior to retreat them. But yeah, with that, we're going to get some battles here to kind of show off how this deck works. Again, this is a very popular deck, so I'm sure you guys have seen it, but it's nice to get down and dirty with the deck sometimes and really dig into how they work, so you have that information for your arsenal when you're going up against them, or if you want to try them out for yourself. Of course, if you want to try this deck out for yourself, the deck list is in the description below, so you can just look at that while building your deck. Otherwise, let's find some battles. Coin flip. We're going to be going first. Sucks a little bit because Celebi can attack so quickly. But we do start with 2 Celebis and no Snivy. Which, if we're going first, we want to have Snivy so that we can get that evolution out as quick as we can. But here we are, Snivy-less. We're running into a Nidoran female, so this might give us a little extra time to be powering up. We do grab a Pokeball. Hope we can grab a Snivy off that, not the Dhelmise. But we do get the Dhelmise. Kind of sucks, but I'll put the Dhelmise on the field. And this Nidoran female actually can't attack us here. So I'm going to not play the XP that's in my hand. Because next turn I could just attach a Grass Energy to Dhelmise and start hitting the Nidoran. We're going to see the Professor's Research from my opponent. So Nidoqueen and Nidoking kind of need a ton of energy to work. So this is why I was saying it will give us a little extra time to like get Snivy out. To the point where I might just attach to Celebi instead of Dhelmise and leave Dhelmise for like a late game attacker. We can get another Pokeball, so we will guarantee get our Snivy. It's just going to be getting the Servine and the Serperior after that. That will be something we have to worry about. So bring out Snivy, attach a Grass Energy to Celebi, and then I will end my turn. So next turn we're going to get to swing for a potential 100 damage, which will be enough to KO Nidorina or a Nidorino, as long as we hit both heads. We're going to see the Nidoran male come forward, and the energy attach, so they can peck for the turn. Ow. Alright, let's see. We do get the Servine, so we get the evolution continuing, which is nice. Attach a Grass Energy to Celebi, and then we can Powerful Bloom here. We hit the first heads. Only the first heads, so the Nidoran male is going to stick around for another turn. But the nice thing is, if we remove the Nidorans, the Nidoqueen becomes a lot less scary. Because the Nidoqueen needs the Nidorans to power up. Or needs, like, the Nidokings, I should say, to do a bunch of damage. My opponent's going to be able to do an additional 40 here, but we have the Erika, so we can heal up. Basically, to full will just be 10 short. They're actually not going to attach to the Nidorino. They're going to attach to the Nidoran on the bench. But I feel pretty safe to just continue attaching to Celebi, especially because we didn't get the Serperior. Now I can Powerful Bloom. We get the heads on the first one, the Nidorino's knocked out. We do get 2 heads there. So we could have used Sabrina to pull something up, but they probably would have put up the Nidoran female, because it's going to be less useful than these Nidorans will be. So let's see who they're going to promote here. I kind of assume they're going to promote the Nidoran female, because again, oh, they're going to promote the Nidoran male. If I knock this thing out, then it's just going to instantly lose all of its potency here. Because Nidoqueen, again, like I've said multiple times, Nidoqueen needs Nidokings to do damage, so. But just a pack from my opponent. I can evolve it as Serperior here. I can Erika to make sure that I'm going to be looking happy and healthy. And I might as well just chuck another energy on the Celebi, because this gives us 8 head flips. So if we don't get 2 out of this, I'll be upset. There's 1. There's 2. Nidoran male's knocked out. Like, the Nidoqueen, Nidoking idea is a cool idea in theory, but because both of them, I think both of them need 4 energies to attack, and they are both Stage 2 Pokemon, it is such a hard deck to actually get to work, especially when you've got fast things like Celebi, when you've got things like Misty decks. It's just a really hard deck to actually get to work fast enough. Do we just see the concede here? No, we're going to see the evolve into Nidorina. And an energy attached to that Nidorina. And a bite for 30. Alright. Well, it's energy attached to the Celebi, and it could happen that we miss getting 2 heads out of the 10 coin flips we get. I can drop a potion on a Celebi here. So just want to play everything we can, just in case for some reason we get 10 tails. There's the first tails. 1 heads, 2 heads. There we go. Nidorino's knocked out. We end up getting 6. So we see a ton of damage come out from Celebi here. 300 damage, which will knock out anything in the game. So you can already see how powerful it is. Like, again, that that deck was really easy for us to go up against because it is so hard for that deck to get set up quickly that we have time to just kind of build our energies and get stronger and stronger. But against decks that are faster, you kind of need to be hitting that Serperior right away so that you can do that much damage off rip. So we're gonna go off, go get another battle here and see how that one turns out for us. Coin flip. We're going first again. No luck for us this time. We were getting lucky with our coin flips in the last video, but not so much this time. But we do have the Celebi EX to start, so we can at least start piling in energies on there as quick as possible. We're just hoping to get the Snivy right away as well. Start battle. We are also going up against an opposing Celebi EX deck, so it's just whoever is faster and whoever gets luckier with their coin flips. We start with a Pokeball. Let's throw that out there. See, do we get Dhelmise? Do we get Snivy? We get Celebi. Probably the worst one of the three options. So we're in Professor's Research, so you can get a Snivy off this, Sabrina, and a Professor's Research. That's kind of really bad for us. We don't get our Snivy, and we don't get an energy attach because we're going first. So we're already so far behind, especially when my opponent hits a Snivy here. They don't seem to hit a Snivy either. Ooh, they got Executor. Oh, they do have the Snivy. They do have Executor set up for this one. I actually don't own an Executor EX, so I don't have that in here. That is another option, though, especially because Executor only takes a singular energy. Actually, I think the non-EX Executor might work with this deck as well. We still don't have Snivy. This is really bad. This is really bad. But we do have the Professor... Oh, nope, not the X-Speed, please. Professor's Research. Come on. Come on. So I don't like mobile games. Trying to get cards that you need with just your fat finger. Okay, we do get the Snivy and the Servine, so at least we are there in that regard. Now, we have to kind of hope that my opponent doesn't hit all the heads they need here. But yeah, I think the non-EX Executor is a coin flip card. I can't remember if it matters with energy or if it's just a flip to get tails kind of card. But they do have the Servine, and we're going to see the Executor. That's right, the new Executor as well. Destroying more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So that actually works really well against opposing Celebis. Because you only need 2 energy attached to the Executor to get that attack off. My opponent only hits 1 head, so it hurts a little bit, but I can Erika this turn and kind of get my health back. We pull up another Snivy. I'm going to put down a Servine. I'm going to put down a Celebi, just so that I don't get Sabrina'd. I should have really done that last turn. Attach a grass energy to my Celebi. I could Erika here, or I could pull up something. I'm going to Erika here. I think we're just going to leave it to coin flips. Celebi v Celebi, and whatever Celebi hits better coin flips just kind of wins this. All right, let's see. We get 1 heads. We get 2 heads. We're already ahead now in the game, especially because we healed up that 50 that damage that just did to us. But this could turn really quickly, because once again, if they have the Serperior, they're going to be flipping 6 coins, and that could knock us out if they hit 3 heads. Another Snivy. They also have the Erika. So now we once again have to hit 2 heads, and they have the Serperior. Yep. Let's see. Can we only get 2 heads? Fingers crossed. There's a tails. There's a tails. There's a tails. Ah, they get 3 on the last 3. Come on. All right. Well, unfortunately, I think that's just straight up a loss now. All because they got their Serperior faster. All right, if we get Serperior here, we might... Okay, we get Serperior. We have to hit both of our heads here for this to work out. But this is utterly and truly our last stand. We have to hit both heads here, otherwise we just lose. 1 heads. 2 heads! There we go. Get your Celebi out of here. All right, we kind of just drug ourselves back into a winning position, thankfully. Now, the unfortunate thing is that they do have both Executor and Celebi. Serperior, which will take 3 heads to KO either of them. Let's look at Executor again. So it's 80 plus 20 damage for each energy attached. So they can knock out my Celebi next turn. But what if I don't let them do that, right? I'm going to play a Pokeball. I get my Dhelmise, which is interesting. I'm going to put out Dhelmise. And I'm going to actually X-speed my Celebi here. And get it out of the active spot. Bring in Serperior. I'm not going to bother putting down Snivy. I'm going to attach a Grass Energy to my Celebi. And then the turn. So what my idea here is I want to get Celebi to as many coin flips as I can before I have to try and KO an Executor. And not allow this Executor to KO me in the process. Because now Executor is going to be able to attack, but it only does 80 damage. So my Serperior survives the turn. And now I have my Leaf. So I can play Leaf to retreat. Retreat back into Celebi. And now I have 6 chances to try and KO this Executor. I do have to hit 3 heads. Much like they did previously. So hopefully we get their same luck. Let's go. Let's go. 1 heads. 2 heads. 3 heads. There we go. We got it. Woo! Yes. So like I said, I wanted to make sure that because they do 20 for each energy that's attached, and because my energy is getting doubled by Serperior, if I attacked them with 4 energies and missed the KO because I needed to hit 3 heads, they would have been doing 80 plus an additional, what is it? It's 20 per, so an additional 80. So it would have been 160, which is enough to KO Celebi. So that's why I wanted to take a turn to get an additional energy attached, so I had more chances to KO that Executor. So that worked out. And again, we wanted to fill up the bench. We wanted to have a Dhelmise on the bench because Dhelmise would also survive the attack of Executor in case we got Sabrina. So the coin flips and the draw was working for my opponent, but quickly shuffled back into my favor. That's kind of the big swings that Celebi can have, which makes it so strong. But there are times where you do miss all of your heads, or you don't have your Serperior to get all the additional coin flips, and that's what can draw this deck back. Now, let's get one more battle here and see how we do in our final match. Coin flip. We finally get to go second. Let's see if it's going to be beneficial to us. We do start with a Celebi once again. Every game tonight we start with a Celebi, which is really nice. Timer's already running. Hold on, I just got here. All right. We're going to see a Hitmonlee, which is good for us because Hitmonlee won't be able to attack anything yet unless we get a Snivy. I mean, they go first anyway, so they probably will end up getting a bench Pokemon. They get Marshadow. This is a deck I've seen run around, but not very often, and I'm never really afraid of it. So they just leave their Hitmonlee in the active spot. I do get a Pokeball. So play that Pokeball. We grab a Snivy, which I don't mind. Professor's Research. Leaf. Potion. Okay, I am going to play the Snivy, even though there's a Hitmonlee to kick it. I'm just banking that we get our Servine as quick as possible. And then I'll end the turn after the energy attached to Celebi. Let's see if they're going to leave the Hitmonlee here. Because, okay, we see Mankey, so it's Primeape. Primeape, Hitmonlee, and Marshadow. See how it pays off for him. Like, the Hitmonlee can soften up the bench, and then once it gets knocked out, the Marshadow can come in and do revenge damage. But I'm not sure how afraid I am of that. I'll pull a top deck of Sabrina. I'm going to play Potion on my Snives. I'm actually going to Sabrina here, because I'm not afraid of that Hitmonlee. I'd rather get a chance at KOing the Mankey, or pull up their Marshadow in a position where it doesn't get its revenge damage. So I just need to hit 1 heads here, and we do. Mankey's gone. That's what I like to see. So they're gonna have to put in their Hitmonlee here. Hitmonlee. And then I can, next turn, Sabrina up their Marshadow. Because the Marshadow's attack relies on you KOing one of their Pokemon, right? So if I put the Marshadow in the position where it's going to be the one that gets KO'd, then it just loses a lot of its lethality. I do... I don't love that, though. How much does Marshadow do? Come here. Marshadow, let me look at you, damn it. How do we do that? Do you hold or do you click? Can I look at Marshadow, for God's sake? There we go. 40 plus 60, so it only does 100 damage. So, what I am going to do then... I want to ensure that my Snivy doesn't faint. So I'm going to use my Erika on Snivy. And then we're going to go for the Powerful Bloom. Tails. Tails. One heads. So we don't even knock out the Hitmonlee here. So, I mean, it's fine. We still have that chance to just KO the Marshadow with the Sabrina. It's like I was going to Sabrina up the Marshadow, but then that puts my Snivy in a position to get fainted by the Hitmonlee the next turn. But I don't know that that's really an issue, right? Because I could have just then KO'd the Hitmonlee after it came in to try and KO my Snivy, right? Because we're at the point where we don't really need Serperior anymore. But we're going to need another stretch kick, because again, the Marshadow only really works if you KO something first. So let's bring in Servine. Do I go after the Hitmonlee or do I try to KO a Marshadow? Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to Sabrina up a Marshadow. I mean, the outcome kind of works either way. If we knock out the Hitmonlee, then the Marshadow gets its revenge boost anyway, since there's 2 on the field now. Let's go for the Powerful Bloom with 4 coin flips. We miss 1. Miss 2. Miss... We only hit once. So this Marshadow gets to live for another turn, which is kind of bad, because now it has the possibility of KOing me, right? Because it does... Yeah, because it does 40 damage. That's actually kind of the worst outcome. We kind of need to top deck an Erika now to heal or Celebi. Not great, in all honesty. Yeah, because it does 40 damage, and now if we KO this Marshadow, the other Marshadow does 100, and we get Servine. That's our worst top deck scenario here. Professor's Research. And honestly, I would love to see Dhelmise off this Professor's Research. Erika, Snivy. Erika and Snivy, huh? Here's what I'm going to do. Bring in Snivy. X-speed my Celebi. Retreat Celebi and a Snivy. Attach an energy to Celebi. Yeah, end the turn. Okay. Because I need a turn to heal my Celebi so that it can't get KO'd by their other Marshadow. Coin flips aren't in our favor this game. Like, we're still in a pretty good position, just because we've had cards that kind of can help us work around the bad position we're in. But missing KO on Hitmonlee and Marshadow have been really bad. Okay, you're going to kick my Celebi on the bench now? That's still fine. Oh, they actually kicked my Servine. That's fine. I mean, I say that's fine, but then we're not getting our Serperior. I mean, it's still fine. It's still fine. It's still fine. So I evolve into Servine, attach an energy to retreat instead of using the leaf to bring back in Celebi. Because I need to Erika my Celebi here. And then I can put down another Celebi. So we don't really need Dhelmise. Then I can Powerful Bloom. I just need to hit one heads here. And there it is. Alright, that should be game then. As long as our coin flips continue to work out for us, that should be game. So we knock out the Hitmonlee. And now the Marshadow comes in, but it only does 100 damage. So it's unable to KO my Celebi. Even with something like a Giovanni, that's only an additional 10. Which is still not enough to KO. That's why we wanted to move the Celebi so they can't get KO'd by their Marshadow. Heal up. Bring it back in. So it's at full health, unable to get KO'd by Marshadow. And next turn, at the very least, we'll have 6 coin flips to go for to KO this Marshadow. There's the Revenge, which can do a big 100 damage. We pull Dhelmise. Do I attach the Celebi for 6 coin flips, or do I attach to my other Celebi? I'm going to attach to my other Celebi. And then go for Powerful Bloom. We have 5 coin flips. If we can't hit 2, then we just weren't meant to win here. Okay, hit 2. Hit 3. Yeah. The idea of putting the energy on the other Celebi is in case I somehow just got like a bunch of tails and missed this KO. Or if I only hit 1 heads, then next Celebi would have a second chance to get a KO here. Instead of just putting all of my energy onto the Celebi in the active and then having no energy for my Celebi on the bench. And if I missed off of 6 coin flips, then I wouldn't be able to attack again, and we would be in a bad position. But we were able to pull that out. The coin flips weren't with us at first, but we made our way through. So that is the power of Celebi EX. Again, if you want to try it out for yourself, my deck list is in the description below, but there are other variants like with Venusaur EX and like with Executor that we saw during this game. I forgot about the new Executor. And that's kind of a Celebi counter on its own. So, kind of play around, see what you like, which version of Celebi that you enjoy. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Leave a like and subscribe if you have not already, and we'll see you all next time. Have a good night, everybody.